What a stupid way to start the new year. Went on a training flight yesterday with an empty stomach. Should have known better. We were working on split 8 when suddenly I broke out in a cold sweat. Had to lean over the side of my plane and, well, I'm sure you can guess the rest. Wolfed down 3 tins of beans for this morning's train strafing. If that doesn't make me sick, nothing will. I reached Lille to find an empty munitions train barreling out of town for a pickup. As my target traveled south, I swerved to intercept it, ready to unleash multiple rounds into its coal car. Holy Joe introduced us to a friend of his this morning as we were making preparations to bomb the trains of Lille. He's a field medic named Bart. Though his heritage is Greek, he was born in Turkey and emigrated to Britain when he was 16. Holy Joe says that Bart desperately needed a break from the front, so he got him assigned here. Someday he wants to be a doctor. I'll say one thing for German trains. They're determined to get where they're going. Whether they're being strafed or bombed, they just keep rolling. The Lille line certainly wasn't interested in our detour. Bombing at dawn in lieu of breakfast. No air nausea, I pray. On the menu is an insidious little munitions dump at Heersen that our fellow pilots from Arras have been unable to fry. Since we'll be flying over the trenches, we can expect a full plate of AA fire as an appetizer. Then we'll cook the main course. High over Heersen, we had the coveted element of surprise only too briefly. We spotted the dump and were ready to release our bombs as a barrage of shelling started to sail upwards. I never thought much about the war in Turkey until Bart got here. He's furious that the Turks have deported his relatives. They were labelled security risks, whatever that means. I may not know much about politics, but I know slander when I hear it. Bart fears the revival of the Ottoman Empire if the Central Powers win the war. Not to worry. The four of us escorting a bomber to All Noir today intend to revive his faith in the Allies. With fighting on the miserable Somme at an end, we had no trouble leading our escortee into range. Even when we arrived, there was no air activity of concern. We were certain the calm wouldn't last. I think what we're lacking these days is a focus. With our efforts aborted at the Somme and Verdun, we now patrol randomly and only receive orders for sporadic missions. What we really need is to concentrate our efforts on another major offensive. Strafing roads at Cambrai today seems like just another fool's errand. Cambrai looked like the sort of place where a grand offensive might work. Maybe HQ had that in mind when they sent us here to clear this road of artillery. If nothing else, we had a tempting choice of targets. I toss and turn each night, worried our efforts may be futile. After more than 2 years of bloodshed, the trench line has hardly changed. The Western Front is once more immobile, though the Germans have a number of balloons flying from Ghent to Ypres. We received orders last night to pluck them all from the sky. The plucking begins at dawn. Flying over Ypres, I couldn't help but think of the enemy's appalling mustard gas attacks there. The three of us trailed our inflated marks, wondering if Jerry might have something even worse up his sleeve. Bart Thermopoulos has been giving us a crash course in first aid. I cringed as he showed us how a shirt and stick can be used to tie off a limb spouting blood. Is this what they call modern medicine? Today's mission is to demolish an important river bridge at Ghent. Farah says this is a clean-up measure. He wants the enemy to be cleaning up corpses when we're done. More modern medicine. Archie exploded in every corner of the sky. Closing on Ghent, I spotted the bridge HQ thought oh so important, and brought my bombs into deadly close range. We tried to have a discussion about the war today, but it got out of control. I told Bart that as long as Russia was in the picture, Turkey would leave Greece alone. Then someone made a rude joke about the Russian army, not worth repeating here. Then someone made a ruder joke about the French army, truly not worth repeating here. Then someone threw a table. We barely finished the brawl in time for our patrol to San Quentin. The three of us had hoped for a calm sortie, but directly ahead we faced three D2s looking for something to brag about back home. If anyone was going to be bragging, it was going to be us. Damn Hun U-boats. British reinforcements can't land at Boulogne until transport ships can be assured of safe arrival. Our job is to lure the sub-tubs to the surface and uncork them. Handsome bounty for our pains. Following today's bombing, we're off to London for 3 weeks of leave. Farah has just finished barking out a lecture on how anyone whose conduct lands him in the slammer is staying there for the rest of the war. miles off the lawn, I spotted a fleet of U-boats with steadfast arms blasting from their attendant cruisers. What I wanted to know was what a bunch of flyers were doing playing sailor. Thought I would be heading back to London for some well-earned leave today. Turned out Farah had other ideas. He took me to one side and asked if I wanted to do some covert flying without letting the other boys know. He told the high-ups that I was the person for the job. Who am I to say no? Turns out one of their top generals is visiting the aerodrome at Dunkirk, and he wants me to sneak in and take him out. This could be fun. As the Dunkirk aerodrome appeared on the horizon, I could see the opposition waiting for me. I was right. This could be fun. Got back to find a note from the boys saying they'd bring me back something from London. They really know how to remind a man of what is missing. Turns out one of our men found a new German supply line, and I'm to remind them that they can't get the drop on us. Not when I can beat them to it. The closer I was to the German supply line below, the itchier my finger was on the bomb release trigger. A few days off hasn't gone amiss. Rumors have been flying around the aerodrome that the Americans are going to break off diplomatic ties with the Germans. We could really use the Yanks on our side, not to mention all those tasty treats they could bring over. Going back over Ostend today, I'd been told a German airship is being deployed there, and I've got to take it out before it takes off. Last thing I want to hear about is London being bombed again. The airship loomed ever larger in front of me, and I knew I had to let his air out before he took me out. New lads arrived today. I swear they keep getting younger. The youngest lad, Lewis, looks like he's just left infant school. Still, as long as they can pull the trigger and hit a Jerry fighter, I won't complain. Just got word that I'm to bomb a German shipyard, complete with battleships to make my escape just that little bit trickier. I swear Farah tries to make each day harder and harder for us. Reaching the shipyards, I could see a number of their guns aiming for my kite. Time to give them that sinking feeling. Starting to feel fatigued from all these extra assignments. This promised leave can't come soon enough. Still, seems there's no rest for the wicked. I'm to intercept some German fighters that are acting as convoy escorts. Just hope the numbers are in my favor and that I get home more or less intact. Seeing the 3 fighters up ahead, I knew the odds were not in my favor. I would certainly be pushing my luck.